Hello and welcome to this video. I am Chanda, and in this video I will be telling you about graphs and charts and LabVIEW. LabVIEW, Laboratory Virtual Instrument Engineering Workbench, is a graphical programming environment for instrumentation and analysis software systems for measurement and automation. When we are saying about graphical displaying of any data is an important aspect of programming in LabVIEW. Before going into detailing about the graphs and charts, a bit short glimpse, or you can say a difference of chart and graphs. Let's see what that is. Graphs and charts let you to display plots of data in a graphical form. Charts interactively plots data, appending new data to the old, so that you can see the current value in the context of the previous one, so that you have a new available data. And graphs plots pre-generated arrays of values, but without retaining the previously generated data. This is the main difference between graphs and charts. Now let's see in detail about the graphs and charts. As I gave you the basic about the graphs and charts, now let's see more in detail into that. Graph and chart provides you various types. LabVIEW gives you the various types of graphs and charts, which are named under the name as types of waveforms. The various types of graphs and charts, which are, first one is waveform graphs and charts, which display the data typically acquired at a constant rate. The intervals are at a constant rate. And the second one is XY graphs. In this we can have a non-constant rate of data, and also we can plot multi-valued functions also. Then the intensity graphs and charts. Here the 3D data you can plot it on a 2D platform. In this you can get you have a various color palettes. So we'll see into detail about this. Then we have the fourth one, digital waveform graphs. Your data will be displayed in a digital format like a pulse form. Then the Windows 3D graphs. You can see a 3D data in a graphical sense. So this are the five types of waveforms which we'll be going to see. Starting off with first is the waveform graphs. Waveform graph and chart actually displays your data at a particular constant rate. Your rate means the time. With a constant time, your data is being displayed. And the waveform graph, it accepts several data types for a single plot. For a single plot having a function of only of x, you can say a variable x, it accepts various of you can say data types. And for the dynamic data type, including a single numeric value, the graphical plots the single value and automatically formats the plot legend and x scale timestamp. As I said, time is your constant rate time. And also for the multi plots, waveform accepts the several data types. Now let's see the waveform charts. Waveform charts is a special type of numeric indicator that display one or more plots of data typically acquired at a constant rate. As I said you before, also at a constant rate. Waveform charts can display typical plots together using the bundle function located on the cluster palette. In this, when you are dealing with a multi plots, the various data can be plotted on the same waveform by using a bundle. That's what we will see this all practically. I would like to show you this on a LabVIEW environment. Let's see on that. I have a pre-built up VI for an example. Here in this I took a for loop. In a for loop I took a random generator. As all you know, this we can get random generator from function panel. You can in that numeric panel, in that you can get a numeric random generator. Okay, I took the for loop for the iteration of 15, and then I took which this random number will generate various my data. This random generator is my data, and I will represent it on a chart. This values generated by the random generator. I took an array for just my reference purpose by seeing the which numbers are being generated, and I combined a waveform graph and chart. It will go for easy comparison. And I took the waveform chart outside plus the inside. The reason is that it will tell me what type means inner chart, waveform chart will give me continuous data reading on my waveform, and this outer waveform, it won't give me continuous. After iteration of the complete iteration, it will show me the value on the waveform as in waveform chart. Okay, this is a simple example, and this is at the front panel. You can see the representation of this. I will just run this program and you can see it. It's taking time. Yeah, just see. This waveform will show me this waveform will show me the after iterations the waveforms, and this waveform chart too will give me continuous as soon as the data is generated. And you can just see the difference between waveform graph and waveform chart, and here on array you can see the various values which are being generated. And one more thing I would like to tell you is that about the data types. I said you about the data types. It can access the several data types. So in waveform, data type carries the data, also the start time and the delta t of a waveform. You can create a waveform using the build waveform function. I will just show you. When you wire a waveform data to a waveform graph, like here my waveform data is my random generator. Okay, I just stop this. My random generator is my waveform data. When I connect it to the waveform graph or waveform chart, the waveform graph and chart, it automatically plots a waveform based on the data. Okay, starting with a time and a delay. Starting off with the time, this time you can see time interval. As you can see, it's a time interval over here, and with some delta x on the waveform, as you can see this. And yeah, for your reference, I will tell you from where this waveform charts from. In the front panel, right clicking into it, going to the graph, and you can drag and drop this waveform chart and graph. From here you can get this. Okay. And again, when you are wiring an array of a waveform data to a waveform chart or graph, it again automatically takes the values and plot the waveform. And also this waveform provides us various functions. This waveform chart, Each graph and charts includes many options that you can use to customize the appearance, convey more information or highlight some of the area. This we can do all by right clicking. You will have various options, visible items. You can have the label, so you won't have the label as such. I labeled your waveform chart too. It got disappeared. When again make it on, you will get again the label over there. And you can have various options in this digital displaying. Also you can have graph palettes. You can have in that we can zoom it, zoom out, everything, various options you have. And the most you can say a good part we get in waveform chart is that the updating modes. Like I will show you. Right click on the waveform chart and go to the advanced, and in that you have update modes. You have 3 updates mode: strip chart, scope and swap. What happens in this is, in scope what you will get is it shows the running data continuously. scrolling from left to right across the chart with old data on the left and the new data on the right. And in scope, what it does is scroll part away across the chart from left to right. Okay, sweep, it means the old data it will show on the right panel and the new data on the left by separating a vertical line. I will show you this practically. Strip, presently it's working in a strip. I will run and show you it's working in a strip. Means you can see this, your data, the new data are coming and rolling, scrolling, and old data is getting out and out. And you can change the mode again. Wait a minute, I will stop it and will again show you. Update, advanced, update modes, and then scope. Now let's see what happens in scope. You can see values are being generated and the old values are erased. Okay, in strip, what used to be done, the new used to be generated with the old data keeping. Here the new generated and erasing the old data. And the third type we can see is this advanced updating mode and the scope chart. See, you can see my new data is coming from left side and my old data is on right side, and this red vertical line is separating those data. This is the difference between you can say the three updating modes in waveform. So this was all waveform and chart plotting. You can build up a very complex circuitry also. As such, I took the very simple example. You can build up more complex examples on this. You can have various formation of graphs. You needed the data. You can have a multi plots also. You can have a single plots also. From this you can see a multi-plot, like if I use two signals, if I have two signals, if I in this example, if I took a two random generator and I will build up with using a cluster, build up cluster and giving it to the waveform, I will see both the readings, both the waveforms on the same chart, and this it can have innumerable numbers of plotting and this. Okay, now moving then is the XY graphs. XY graphs, it's a general purpose Cartesian graphical objections that plots multifunctions, and you can means as I said, you have the single function, multifunctioning. Multifunctioning this you can have two variables. Now here I was in previous waveform what I was having x-axis as a time. Now in this I can have x-axis as some variable and y-axis having some other variable. That's a multi-valued functions, such as a circular graphs or circular shapes of graphs with a varying time base. I can have x-axis again, x-axis as in time. It displays any set of points evenly sampled or not. You can also display Nyquist plots, nucleus plots, S-planes and Z-planes in the XY graph. The XY graph accepts three data types of single plot XY graphs. The XY graph accepts three data types for displaying multiple plots. Then coming towards the next graph is the intensity graphs and charts. I would like to show you this practically. I have a pre-built up VI for the intensity chart. In this I took simply an array which will store the number of datas, and I took an intensity graph attached to this. Means whatever the values I will insert into array, it will get displayed into the intensity. What's the use of intensity graph in this lab view? What it can do, you can display the 3D data on a 2D data by replacing by placing blocks of color. By placing, again here you can see in the front panel the intensity. You can in this intensity graph you can see blocks of colors, and each color will represent some number. Okay, in this it accepts the array of 3D numbers. Each number in the array will represent a color, a specific color, and the row in array, this rows in array will be replaced, or you can say will be represented as in columns on on this graph and charts. And you can change its formation also. I will tell you, means like converting a graph, converting a row into a column and column into a row. I will tell you that. And the color displays corresponds to the numeric value associated with the specific color. And with this you can generate 256 colors. With this array you can generate 256 colors. If the color scale ranges from if your color scale ranges from 0 to 100, then below 0 it will consider out of range, and above 100 it will consider out of range. In this which means you can generate 256 colors using 3D array. Okay, I'm having an example of 3D array, and I will insert few examples into this. You can see I put 10, and my first I'll have 10, or 20, or again 15. You can range it from 0 to 100. You can put here 80 also, or I can put here 50, then here 20 again I can put, or I will take some other value here. Let's it be 44, or it may be here 80 again, and I can take here 90, and here I can take 26, or I can take here 5, I can have here 70, I can have here 60. Now run and see what it will give me. See, this row 10, 20, 15, 80, this row, each row means first row 10, 50 and 26 is represented here in a column sense. This is for 10, this is for 50, this is for 26, and this row is represented in this column 20, 44, 5. This is 20, this is 44, this is 5. Means as you can say, as you can see, there are 3 by 4 columns in this intensity, and here is 4 by 3. So likewise you can have this, or you can increase the dimension. Like I will do it something, I will do it by 5 by 3, 70, then 100. What happens at 100 we will see, and what happens at 0 we will see. As you can see, I included one more column, because it's 5 by 3, it's giving me 5 and by 3. Okay, you can see it. At 100 you can see it gave me white, and at 0 it gave me total black. Okay, if I range it above, you can say it's 110, and I can say it's -1. What happens? Let's see. As this both are out of range, it still won't accept it. It will consider the max limit as for 100, which will give me white color, and for 0 it will give me black color. So you can see the difference in this intensity graph. It's very easy to understand, and it's very interesting to work on this waveforms, graphs and charts, all these concepts. So this was all about intensity graph. Now moving towards the next type, which is digital waveform graphs. Use the digital waveform graphs to display digital data. As I said you earlier while explaining about the types, it displays the digital data, especially when you work on the timing diagrams or the logical gates or logical analysis. At that time it is very useful. The digital waveform graphs accepts the digital waveform data types. Means the digital data, it accepts the digital data types, as I said, okay, and an array of those data types as an input. You have at the array input as your digital datas. I have an example for you here. I took an array in which I took the six numbers like 0, 1, 55, 69, 127 and 255. I have to represent this decimal numbers into a binary pulse width form. Okay, uh, the, the binary representation of this decimal numbers you can see in this column, as 0 will be requiring 0 bits, 1 will require only 1 bit, and 55 it requires 6 bits for representation, and 89 it requires 7 bits of representation. Let me tell you how it works. When I attach a digital waveform graph to such array, what I will get is, for example, I take 89 as I took here 89. What it will do, it requires 7 beats. Again the same concept, the row will be represented in a vertical format in the graph. See, for example, I take this 255. In this all the beats are 1. Coming towards this digital waveform graph, you can see at from the end all the bits are high 1. You can see it here from the slot 5. You can see all are the 1, and for the fourth you can see all 7 are 1 except the last is it's 0. So you can see all are in reversed order. You have to see this in reversed order. See this 1 1 1 1 1 and this 0. For 4 it's 0 1 1 1 1. You have to go from downward to upward for the increasing bits. Okay, for the third it's 0 1 0 1 1 0 0 1. For 3 you can say it's 0 then 1 then 0 then 1 then again 1, means this is my fourth bit, the third bit 0, second bit 0 and my first bit 1. Okay, means for this you can see 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 for representation of 55. It's on the column 2. Sorry, column 2 you can see 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 and 1. This way is the digital waveform, and if you want to reverse the order, you can just right click onto it and you can say transport array. You can reverse the order like columns into rows and rows into columns. That's what in the digital waveform is. Then 3D graphs. What these 3D graphs are? For any real-time world data sets such as temperature distribution on a surface, joint time, frequency analysis, and the motion of any airplane, you can use the you need for the virtualizing the data in a 3D sense. For that time, you can use this 3D graphs. LabVIEW includes the 3 types of 3D graphs, which are 3D surface graphs, which draws a surface in a 3D graph. Okay, and 3D parametric surface graph. In this, you will have a surface 3D form parametrically. Okay, you will have a parameter over there. And in the third form is the 3D curve graph. You can see a curve graph or a line graph, which draws a line in a 3D sense. I have few example of this. You can see this first example you can see of 3D graph or line graph, and this you can see it's represented in a line form, and this is a 3D surface graph. You can see a 3D view of a surface, and this is a parameterized surface graph. So this was all about the types of graphs and charts in LabVIEW. It's very easy to work with LabVIEW. If you need help, you can go in a help palette and you can take the help for each graphs. You can see the detailed information about it, and these were all the types of graphs and charts. Go and explore it, various examples related to it. That's what from my side. Thank you.